Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I've got a special card project sharing products that I picked up from Hollow Tree Hobbies, which is a local to me paper crafting store. Now, I'm going to be using the Minte Lilac Garden Collection for today's video. I've got the 6x6 paper pad, the 6x8 paper pad, some stickers, and some paper ephemera. So I'm going to use a bunch of these things, maybe not all of them, but we'll see how far we get to make a really cool fancy schmancy card for Mother's Day. So I'm just flipping through these papers. Purple is my absolute favorite color, and I'm in love with the patterns here. Some of them are so delicate and pretty, just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm really excited to dig into this paper collection and make some projects. So I've only got one project for today, but I'm sure there'll be more with this collection because I absolutely love it so much. If you're interested in anything that you see in today's video, you can find it linked in the description box down below. You can find it at hollowtreehobbies.com. Kim is the owner of Hollow Tree Hobbies. There's amazing customer service there, and I think you really enjoy shopping from her store. All right, so let's get into this project. So the first step we're going to do is create the card base. We need a sheet of heavyweight cardstock that measures 8.5 by 11, and we're going to cut it down to 6 by 11. I'm going to score across the 11-inch side at 6 inches and at 9 inches. We're going to be making a 6x6 easel card, and this is such a simple and quick way to make this card. So once I have those scores marked, I'm going to pull it from my scoreboard and I'm going to crease the folds. I'm going to fold the center score line in half, and then I'm going to take the other score line and fold it back on itself. And then I'm going to fold it back in again just so that that little piece can fold either way with no stress. So it's going to fold up like this to create a little tent sort of. The next thing we need is to pick our papers. I'm going to pull in the 6x6 pad and flip through and pick one of the pretty papers from this design. The best thing about this project is that it's going to be 6x6, so you don't have to cut up the paper at all. It's perfect as is to create a scene on the front of your card. So we're going to take some liquid glue, and I'm going to apply glue to this little flap only. I don't need glue anywhere else, just right here to be able to attach this piece of pattern paper right to my card base. Super easy to line up because it's the same size as the card base, and I'm just going to line it up and press in that adhesive. All right, there we go. Now it should be free to bend like this. So our easel card is going to sit like this when we open it, and we have that beautiful scene on the front of the card. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is cut up some pattern paper. Because an easel card is meant to be displayed, I want the back part of this to have some pretty pattern on it. So I'm going to cut one piece down in half at 3 inches. So each piece measures 6 by 3 inches, and then I end up cutting a little sliver away. I apply some liquid glue, and first I'm going to back this onto the back of that pattern paper just to make it a little bit stronger because there's no other cardstock behind this. So it's just giving a little bit of thickness and durability. And then I'm going to take that second piece and apply adhesive and cover up this part of my easel card. So I'll just get that lined up into place. And so now when my easel card sits up, this back piece is going to be visible, and then you'll have the front panel. So you have all the pretties and everything will look lovely. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is decorate and have some fun. I'm going to pull in that ephemera pack. This is just the paper ephemera. And I'm going to take one of these labels and I'm going to stamp a Happy Mother's Day sentiment. I have this older Simon Says stamp set, and I'm just looking for tiny little words that say Happy Mother's Day. So I pulled that out, and I'm going to line it up onto an acrylic block, and I'll grab some scrap paper, and I'm going to test it a couple of times to make sure that my ink is nice and juicy and the words are stamping well and straight. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to take it right to that little label and stamp Happy Mother's Day right on there. So I'll line up my acrylic block, and press that into the cardstock and just giving it a second so that the ink can transfer from the stamp onto the cardstock. And now I've got some foam squares. I popped up that little label. So this is going to actually support our easel card when it's standing up. So I'm just going to line that up onto my card base where I think it's a good position for that easel front to lean up against. And then there we go. Perfect. All right, next I'm going to grab some of those stickers and I'm just going to embellish the card a little bit, make it a little pretty, add in some extra little things. I really love these stickers. They're very pretty and they match the pattern papers perfectly. So I added a little birdie and a couple of little butterflies and I just put those straight onto the card. I didn't pop them up or anything, just nice and flat. So that little popped up label is what's going to hold up our card. I don't need anything else to support it. All right, so there we go. That part is finished. Now I thought that the front could use a little bit extra. So I took one of the little pretty kitty cats and I popped him up on some foam squares. This is one of the ephemera stickers. And I just added some foam squares in behind him and put him on this little ledge. And I thought he was so cute sitting up there. And then I also did the same thing to one of the butterflies. I added some foam squares behind him and popped him up. And then the last thing I'm going to do is take some embellishments. I've got some Pink and Main little pink gems here. And I'm just going to apply a few little drops of liquid adhesive and pop on a few different sizes of those little pink embellishments. They're very subtle, but they catch the light nicely, so it gives it a little sparkle and adds a little bit of extra texture and dimension to this card. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is pull in a piece of that paper ephemera, and there are these little envelopes inside that pack. All you have to do is score and glue these pieces together, and you'll have a perfect little envelope. So the idea for this is to put a gift card inside of the Mother's Day card. So I made this little envelope, glued it all together, and that's perfect. The pattern matches my card. It has the same pattern that's on the back part of my card. And I wanted to find a way to kind of tuck this and make it removable from the card. So I thought I would just add a little sort of lip or belly band to the inside of the card, and I'll apply adhesive just to the two edges. This is just a scrap that I had from cutting my card base. And I'm just going to take a little bit of adhesive, run it on each side, and then I'm going to line it up towards the top part of my easel card. This is going to stay hidden behind the front of the card. I can take that envelope and sort of hang it over top of that little strip, and then I'll be able to close this card. There's lots of space to write a sentiment or message inside, and then we've got this cute little removable envelope. And then there you go. So simple. This literally took me like 5 to 10 minutes to make. It was not complicated at all. Really fun, really pretty, and it's a little something extra. Here are some close-up photos of my project that I made. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this quick and simple project. If you're interested in anything that I used in my video today, you'll find it linked in the description box down below. Consider shopping locally if you're a Canadian, and check out Hollow Tree Hobbies craft store. Coming up on screen are a couple of videos I think you may enjoy. Have yourself a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!